My name's Adeline. I'm just became a recent Nerdfighter, and I got a few questions for you guys. First off, if you ever get into sibling fights, how do you solve these problems? Because I have this brother who I think, this is just my subjectiveness, but I think he's a bit of a stuck-up jerk, and I have told him how I feel about him being a stuck-up jerk, but I also realised I got my own problems too, so how can I fix my own problems as well as fix his problems? I know it's definitely a really difficult kind of question, because how do you know your own problems if you can't see it? And if you do have your own problems, how do you solve your own problems? And the second question I have for you guys is, how do you guys not get embarrassed by your own videos? You have to edit them, you have to cut them up and everything, but how do you do it without feeling so embarrassed? Because I feel so self-conscious right now doing this, vlogging and asking you questions and sticking it on the internet. What if my future employer finds this and thinks this is kind of stupid? What do I do, and how do I rationalize these feelings? I know it looks like I'm moving the camera around. Well, indeed I am. I'm just sitting on my chair and I'm just changing the position of the camera or what the background is as I speak. But let's be straight here. How do you guys not feel so embarrassed about your past work? I look at my stuff in the past, I'm like, oh gosh, that is just terrible. And oh man, she has no personality back then. And quite frankly, I think introverts or people like us, I don't know, actually I don't quite know, but I just find some of us, or most of us, feel so embarrassed and so self-conscious about how we feel, and yet we want to express ourselves in a way, and yet we still get embarrassed about it. So then, why do we feel this particular way? I guess you can count that as another question I have for you guys. So how come humans, we want to express ourselves, and yet when we do, we feel so embarrassed about ourselves? Anyway, that's all the questions I have for you. Yeah. I just hope you guys can answer that sometime.